Hi guys, so here we have the Selkirk Boomstik, and I'm pretty sure by now everyone knows about this paddle in May of 2026. Now the unique thing about this paddle is still to this day I would say it's considered the top end of power and pop. And I love this paddle for many reasons. The first thing is, first off, it is powerful and poppy, and it's such an instantaneous reaction, and it's so iconic in terms of sound. It's a very hollow, thuddy sound that's very iconic that everyone knows that you're playing with a boomstick when you play on the court. The other thing is, for this paddle, it does have the infinity grip texture surface, so it does last longer than a traditional pure ply, but I would say not by much. Okay, so I would say consider about 2.5 times the normal traditional pure plies in terms of spin longevity. And off the bat, you do get good spin, but I do notice it wearing out over time. Keep in mind that this is definitely not for everyone. I would say not for most people, because the paddle itself is so overly poppy and powerful, it can be hard to shape the ball. Second thing is, because it's so poppy and powerful, the ball feel like it barely sits on this paddle, so every shot that comes back is instantaneous, so you might have trouble finessing the balls compared to other paddles. Now, the great thing about this paddle, it is truly, to this day, I would say it's the best sweet spot. Every other paddle I play, whenever I hit towards the top or the bottom, the ball just dies, and that's usually where I hit my net shots. But for this paddle, I would say you get reserved like 70% of power still, even when you hit the throat of the paddle, which is so unusual for any paddle, like regardless of what it is. So this MOI, pretty much the weight on this, does make it not UPAA legal, but it does enhance the sweet spot greatly. So these are 7.5 grams metal clips on for these paddles that aren't supposed to be removable. I know some people have taken them out manually, but keep in mind that does void your warranty. Speaking of warranty, this thing does have a lifetime warranty, and generally Selkirk has been pretty good on replacing any paddles, including mine. So after about 4 months in, my edge guard started getting loose and then coming off. So I did reach out to Selkirk, and they did send me a replacement paddle, which is this one right here. I did wrap it around pretty much with just paint protective film. And for those that are curious what it is, basically paint protective film helps protect your, like, it's usually used for cars. It's the protective layer people can wrap their car around. It's a clear glass layer, and it's more durable than standard tape. So it does add a little bit of weight to it, but I think it keeps the shape and color of the paddle like pretty seamless. So it's overall pretty nice paddle. No problem with it. Actually, I do have one complaint. The one complaint is the handle is a bit chunky, like at the bottom. So some people are okay with that, some people like that. For me, I like to hold my paddle at the very bottom, so it is kind of hard to sometimes hold because there is no like good gripability of it here. It's a bit too fat for me on my small hands. Some people that like to hold a paddle here, no problem. But the people that like to hold the paddle at the bottom, especially during serves where you get more whip, it does make it a bit harder to grip it like tightly without like gripping the paddle too hard. So in terms of paddle playability, everyone knows what it is. This is a gold power paddle. It's really stable because of this MOI system. I think mine clocked in like twist weight is like 6.6, which is unheard of, and the swing weight is 118. So it's right there at the beginning of elongated paddle. So has good whip, has good power, is extremely stable an offsetting shot because of that twist weight. And overall, it's just a really good paddle. Only thing is, it's very, very, very expensive. $330, no joke. But you do get that lifetime warranty, in case something does go wrong. I know a lot of people have edge guard issues, and that's usually the main guard issues. Second thing is, keep in mind that the infinity grip texture does wear out still relatively quick. Just expect it to last about 2 to 2.5 times longer compared to your traditional grip. Overall, great paddle, great power, great fob. If you can control the power, this is it. This is the most stable, powerful paddle with the largest sweet spot currently, even in May 2026. There's nothing like it, and I actually purchased it with my own money. I don't have an affiliate code, so unfortunately, but it still goes to show how good Selkirk is, and we'll see what happens once Selkirk and the Bread&Butter teams up, and we're gonna see interesting things from there.